many drawbacks in VSEPR theory. So what we have found is like two new theories were introduced to explain chemical bonding, which is done after the quantum mechanical introduction of quantum mechanical concept. So two new theories. VSEPR theory was done before quantum mechanical concept. So it could not explain the energy basic, how the energy will be given out during the formation of a molecule, why there is a bond enthalpy. All that kind of aspect of a chemical bond is not explained in VSEPR theory. So after the introduction of quantum mechanical concept, two theories were introduced to explain bonding. Okay, the first one is valence bond theory, and the second one is molecular orbital theory. So these are the two theories which depends on or which is explained on the basis of quantum mechanical concept. So are you all ready to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, valence bond theory, it's like actually much more interesting one because it's actually explaining how the bonds are formed. So it's just like a storytelling, like you can explain the valence bond theory. So they have taken, according to this theory, they have taken two atoms, okay, by taking an example of formation of hydrogen molecule. We know that hydrogen molecules are formed from two hydrogen atoms. So they name it as A and B. Two hydrogen atoms are there. So when they are coming closer, there will be two kinds of interactions will be happening between these two atoms. What will be the two different types of interactions? What are the different possibilities of interactions among hydrogen atom when they are coming closer?
Attracting and repulsing.
Ma'am,
Sorry?
repulsion between the electrons.
Okay. Only repulsion? Will there be any attraction? So there will be some new attractive forces and repulsive forces begin to operate, or they will be when they're coming closer to each other. So you can divide these kind of attractive forces and repulsive forces in four different categories. So attractive forces can be of two types, and repulsive forces are also of two types. That means the nucleus of one of atom and its own electron, that is NaE, that is you have one hydrogen which is labeled as A. So its own nucleus will be attracting its electron. So that nucleus within an atom attracts electron. That is a normal thing. Similarly, the second hydrogen atom which is labeled as B, the nucleus of that atom can attract its own electron. So hydrogen is the simplest with one electron. So the nucleus will be attracting only that one electron in the hydrogen atom. So that is the normal attractive force acting in a hydrogen atom. The another attractive force is the nucleus of first hydrogen can attract electron of the next one. So example, electron. So the nucleus of A hydrogen can attract electron of B. Similarly, the nucleus of B can attract electron of A. That means it's between the atoms of hydrogen. So two attractive types of attractive forces. One is within themselves, that is the nucleus of an individual hydrogen attracts its own electron. The second type of attractive force is between the hydrogen atom, that is one of the nucleus attracting the electron of the next hydrogen atom. Is that clear?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Similarly, you can find out that there is also repulsive force. It's not only attraction, because you know that electrons, when they come closer, they both have got a negative charge. So electron in one of the atom can repel the electron of the next atom. Similarly, nucleus is also positive. So nucleus of one of the atom can repel with the nucleus of the next atom. So there are two types of repulsive forces between the nucleuses or between the electrons of hydrogen atom which is coming closer. And the studies have found that the attractive forces are like more stronger than the repulsive forces. When they actually literally calculated the energy and hence the strength of the attractive force and repulsive force, they found that the attractive forces is dominating over the repulsive forces, and that is the only reason why hydrogen atoms are pulled towards each other. They actually try to come closer rather than they try to move away from each other, because the attractive forces are more stronger after they literally calculated the, because after quantum mechanical concept they could explain that energy basis as well, because in quantum mechanics we deal with energy. I think in the previous chapter we already discussed about quantum mechanical aspects, so you know that in quantum mechanics they deal with the calculation of energy. So they found out after the calculation is that the attractive forces are more stronger or dominating over the repulsive forces. So what happens? This is
Ma'am,
how.
for the first
Yeah.
point, could you go
Yeah,
back
whatever.
to the previous slide?
Yeah.
For the first point where like one atom's nucleus attracts its own electrons, why would it happen only when the hydrogen atoms are coming together?
No, it's
Wouldn't
not
it
coming.
happen
It will
otherwise?
be there before also, but when they're coming together also it is happening. It's there already. But when they're coming together at that time also it is still existing. It's not like that attraction is
Oh,
they are just what you can say, they're just switching off that attraction. It is still happening because you have to deal with all the kind of attractive and repulsive forces within that area when the atoms are coming closer. Okay, that is what's shown in this diagram. If you can see this diagram.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Can you go to the first slide? I just want to take a screenshot.
This one?
Ma'am, the valence bond theory slide. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay. If you look into this diagram, the force of attraction and repulsion you can see. The same thing. The old forces are given with the, and new forces are also given. So you can compare the what we explained so far within the last two slides is given as a representation, diagrammatic representation. You can see the repulsive forces and attractive forces. Attractive forces mean between the same element, same atom, the nucleus and its own electron. It could be nucleus of one of the atom with the electron of the next one. So you can see this was already existing. That is why dotted line. And the complete line shows it's a new force. So it was already existing. And along with that, a new forces also started developing when these atoms are coming closer. Repulsive force, you can see. Between the nucleuses, there will be repulsion. And between the electrons, there will be repulsion. It's actually supposed to be EB, okay?
Ma'am, so in repulsive forces, all of them are new forces, yeah?
Yeah, because before that, if an atom is staying individually, then there is no repulsion. Like because in hydrogen, there was only one electron. So within that atom, there is no other repulsion. It's only attraction of its own nucleus with the electron only. That is why we are specifically talking about hydrogen. If it was another molecule with two or more electron, then within the atom itself, there will be a repulsive force. when you have more than one electron in a system. But in the case of hydrogen atom, there is only one electron. So there is no repulsive force before they try to come closer. This is just for your understanding only. This picture and all is not much important. You just know that what are the different types of force of attraction and repulsion is happening. So what happens is like when they are far apart from each other, like this is the starting point, just say two hydrogens A and B labeled. And when they try to come closer to each other, and we quantum mechanically we found that attractive force is over dominating over the repulsive force. What happens is like they will start coming closer, 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 and finally reach to a state where the net force of attraction balances the force of repulsion. And in that particular state where the force of attraction balances the force of repulsion, the two atoms comes to a very low energy state or the minimum energy level possible. And this state is known as bonded. Don't ever think that we used to write A and B with the line. Don't ever think that there will be a line to connect two atoms. It's just for our understanding we are drawing the line. In reality, a bonded state means when these two atoms or different types of atom, whatever the kind of bonding is happening, when these atoms are coming closer and after some distance, the attractive force and the repulsive forces are balancing each other. In that particular state or in that particular distance, the energy of these two small atoms will be the lowest. That state is known as bonded or bonded state.
Oh, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, for bonding, the attractive forces have to be more, right? Otherwise, they'll go away, right?
Attractive forces are more stronger only. That's why they are coming closer. Otherwise, they will not even come closer, no, if the attraction is less. But it will be like the repulsion is also is there, tend to push away. But see, for some atoms, for a stronger kind of bonding, the minimum energy is like when they are overlapping. But for some other, it will be bonded state will be like this. This is the bonding for them. Because after that, beyond that, they cannot come closer. So it depends on this. That means strength of the bond is explained on how they balances the repulsive force. So it's the distance between the two atoms which is in bonded, what you can say, affects the stability of bonding or the strength of bonding, you can say.
So, ma'am, here attractive force will be equal to the repulsive force.
Yeah, that is when a substance is in bonded state, we can call it as it's in bonding when these both the forces balances each other. It could be for some molecule, it could be within this much distance. For some other molecule, this is the distance between them, or they all almost overlapping. So it depends on what kind of molecule, sorry, atom, what is the strength of nucleus, how many electrons. There are so many factors. But for some, this is the maximum distance they can come closer, and that is the energy. If they come again closer in this example, if they try to come more closer towards it, then it will become again instability because after that the repulsive will be overtaking. So it depends on, that is how different bonds have got different strength and different stability, and that is what explained using valence bond theory like this way. Should I repeat?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you have two atoms, in this particular example, we took hydrogen, but if it is different one also, no, if you can look for oxygen or anything, there will be a different types of attractive and repulsive forces will be there. When the complexity of atom increases, in the case of hydrogen, it is the simplest, less repulsion or less kind of opposite forces acting in the case of hydrogen. But if you look into a greater or higher atoms, when they are trying to make molecule, there will be more kind of attractive and repulsive forces because there are more electrons, so it will become more complex, more and more complex. So what you need to understand is that when you have two or more atoms, when they try to come closer towards each other, There will be attraction and there will be repulsion. Okay, when they come after a particular distance, when they come to a particular distance where the attractive and repulsive forces balance each other, and that state we can call it as bonded. For these molecules, this is not a bonded state. The first one is not a bonded state because they can still come closer. The attractive and forces was little more than the repulsive force. That is why they're coming closer. But after reaching to the number 2 diagram, you can see after that, the attractive force is balancing the repulsive force, means they cannot come more closer towards it. In the diagram 1, it's not in bonded or it's not in bonding because it can still come closer. So the maximum distance or maximum proximity, these atoms can come together or closer. And at that state, when the attractive and repulsive forces are balancing each other, that state is known as bonded state. Or in that bonded state, the energy of these atoms will be the lowest or the minimum possible. For some molecule, the bonded state will be like this. Maybe you have another set of molecule, a different molecule, where the bonding mean it is like this. So more closer to each other, or that is the minimum energy possible, it will be a more stronger bond. Is that clear? Because we already discussed about van der Waals force of attraction. We discussed about ionic bonding, covalent bonding. Then we know how atoms are, like in the case of van der Waals force of attraction, it's not even very close to each other. But for them, that is the maximum distance they can come closer. If they come beyond that, it will be repulsive force overpowering attractive force. So it is based on energy in quantum mechanical aspect, you can say atoms can come closer to a such, or you can say some like in a distance that when they're balancing the attractive and repulsive forces with the lowest energy, that state will be the lowest energy. Beyond that level, they cannot come closer. Beyond that level, they cannot come closer because in that state it will be repulsion. So for them, the distance they can come closer for different molecule will be different. For some molecule, this is the distance they can come closer. For some other molecule, to this much extent they can come closer. That is when they have the equal, the net force of attraction is balancing the repulsive force. So it depends on the size of the atom, the number of molecules, the strength of the nucleus. So many factors are there. But in terms of energy, you can say whenever a molecule is formed, the energy will be released. The energy will be released when a bonding is taking place. That because they have to come to a minimum energy level during the formation of bonding. For that, they have to release some amount of energy. That is what we call it as bond enthalpy. So this is a VSEPR could not explain all these aspects, why energy is released during the formation of bonding, what is happening for the atoms when they are coming closer. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So nothing to worry, or you don't have to learn in detail about this thing, only the general idea what is happening during the formation of chemical bond, or basically we are talking about covalent bonding over here, because in ionic bonding the thing is different. In covalent bonding only, like they try to overlap or try to share the electron between the two atoms and forms chemical, like comes to a minimum energy level. So energy is released during the formation of bonding. Energy is released when a bond is formed. Okay, that is the reason why you can say that always the hydrogen molecule is more stable than that of isolated hydrogen atom, because individual hydrogen atom was having high energy, and when they come closer and when they try to come like maximum distance possible for them to come closer. Okay, and in that particular state, the energy of the molecule will be lowest, or we know that already. Whenever energy is less or released, the stability increases. Its stability and energy is always inversely proportional. You take your example also. When you are in lowest energy state, you want to stay in one place. When you are highly energetic, you want to just give out that energy by doing some physical activity, or you want to just move around. But when you are in the least energy state, you feel like just staying in one place. Similarly, the atoms, when they come closer and the energy is less or minimum, mean that is the state they want to be stay together. That is mean the bonded. So always less energy means more stable. That is what we can say based looking at the bond enthalpy value, you can compare the strength of the molecule, right? The one which is giving more energy will be highly stable. So all these aspects of chemical bond was explained using valence bond theory. So this is given us in the form of a diagram. So we have to start from the right hand side of the, I'll just put the laser point so that you can see. This is the starting point, okay, 2 hydrogen atom. And this is the, in the x-axis, you can see it's an intermolecular distance. And in the y-axis, you have energy. So this is the starting point where you have 2 hydrogen atom coming closer. And you can see the energy is this much. And when they try to come closer, the energy started decreasing. It's decreasing, energy is decreasing. And finally, when it reaches to the lowest energy possible, and that state is known as bonded state. So this is a final hydrogen molecule where they have come closer to a maximum distance, to maximum closer what they can come. So that is the energy where is the lowest energy. After that, if they try to come closer, what happened? Energy suddenly increases. That means it will become unstable. That molecule will become unstable. So if you start from here, this side, the energy was this much high for individual hydrogen atom. And when they try to come closer, the energy decreases, and finally the energy become the minimum energy possible for them. That state is known as the bonded state for hydrogen molecule. After that, if you try the minimum level, if you push them, if they try to them, they come to closer, what happens is like the energy suddenly increases. That means the molecule will become unstable. That means beyond that level, they cannot come more closer. So this state is known as the bonded state, or you can say hydrogen molecule. So any doubt in this valence bond theory?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, could you explain the separation slide once more?
This one?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, if you start from the right side, okay, as you can see, this is the 2 hydrogen atoms. And when they are coming closer, this is in the x-axis, you have intermolecular distance, that is the distance, and the energy is this much. So when it is this much distance from each other, intermolecular distance between the, internuclear distance between the nucleus, when the distance is this much, the energy is somewhere here.
Okay.
Okay. And when they try to come closer, they're coming more closer to each other. Energy is decreasing. Okay. You can see the energy is decreasing. And finally, when they reaches this position, this much close towards the nucleus, if you compare 2 nucleus coming almost overlapping, when they come this much distance or this much closer, the energy is the least or the minimum level.
All right.
And that state where the energy is the minimum is known as bonded state.
Okay, all right.
After the bonded state or minimum energy level state, if you try to push the atoms more closer, then what happens is like the energy increases. That means it will become unstable. So
Okay.
beyond that level, where the balance is taking place for the attractive and repulsive forces, you cannot push that atoms towards more closer towards each other. So if you almost start from the hydrogen energy level 0 kilojoule, that you can take it as the normal energy value, you can see it is decreasing. The energy is decreasing almost 435.8 kilojoule. That means from 0, that was the hydrogen atom, separate hydrogen atom. When you have almost separate hydrogen atom, okay, and when during the formation of hydrogen molecule H2, there is a decrease in the bond energy, or you can say decrease in the energy of the atom joining together. So that decrease in the energy is known as bond enthalpy. That is the energy given out during the formation of molecule.
Ma'am, so
Alright,
the
ma'am.
point where, the point where this point which you have circled right now,
Mm.
and that's where the net attractive force and net repulsive force is 0.
0.
Okay.
It balances each other. See,
Okay.
in this state, okay, in the first state, here attractive is more than the repulsion. That is why they are coming closer. Okay, when you have two hydrogen atoms far away from each other, in this case, attraction is more stronger than repulsion, so they try to come closer. Again, when it comes to this state, again, attractive is more stronger than repulsion. So what happens is like they try to come much more closer. Finally, when it reaches here, the attractive and the repulsion is now balanced. Now they cannot come more closer. So what happens is like that is the state where we call it as a bonded, or it's a molecule, hydrogen molecule, where the energy is the lowest possible.
Thank you, ma'am.
So that's all about valence bond theory. We'll just go through it one more time. Okay, if I get somebody to help me on this. Hidesh, you are there, Hidesh? Hidesh, you can hear me? Johan? Johan, where are you, Johan?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, just give me the summary, like what we discussed.
Uh,
Just in your way, just you can explain what you understand. Yes, Johan.
just a second. Can I be back in 5 seconds right now?
What happened?
I have to go keep something somewhere.
Okay, okay. Maheshwar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what you have already, like what you know already, like after the discussion, like about valence bond theory.
Ma'am, it's the theory about the attractive and repulsive force between two nucleus, and it causes the bonds. It causes the atoms to bond and form the molecule,
Mm.
and that's the base idea.
Okay. That means it's one of the theory based on quantum mechanical aspect. That is the first thing you should know about valence bond theory. Valence bond theory and the next theory, molecular orbital theory, both are introduced after quantum mechanical concept. So it's basically dealing with the energy part of during the formation of molecule. Because in VSCPR theory, they were basically looking for the geometry, or you can say the shape of the molecule. Here they are also explaining the energy part of it. So when the two atoms are coming closer, there will be attractive as well as repulsive forces operating between the atoms. So the attractive forces are between the nucleus of a same atom with its own electron, or it could be nucleus of the one atom to the electron of the next atom. That are the two different types of attractive forces, and the repulsive forces can be repulsive between the electrons of two atoms or between the nucleus of two atoms which is coming closer. So what happens is like attractive forces try to um, pull the electron towards each other, but the repulsive forces push them apart. But in generally during the formation of a bonding, chemical bonding, attractive forces are over dominating. When they are away from each other, attractive forces is more. So they try to come closer. And when they come closer to each other, a stage will be reached where the energy of the molecule or energy of the system will come to a minimum value or the minimum energy state. That state is known as bonded chemical bonding or bonded state. And always the one which is giving out more energy, the energy given out during the formation of the molecule is known as bond enthalpy. And always individual atom, if you compare hydrogen molecule with the individual atom will have less stable compared to what you can say hydrogen molecule, because hydrogen molecule are the one with the lowest energy, and that is very clear in this kind of diagram, because individual atom was having this much energy, but during the formation of bonding the energy is decreased or it is given out, and hydrogen molecule will be more stable. Less energy means more stable. So that is what the general idea you're getting about valence bond theory. So this is the introduction part. The valence bond theory is taken forward with the orbital overlap concept that we'll discuss next class. So any doubt, anything about valence bond theory?
Ma'am, we can apply this only for hydrogen.